Good morning, pre-AP students. It's Mrs. Alexander. Today is Friday, December 11th. We started off our day today by breaking out into rooms on our Zoom and sharing the thesis statements that were written on Thursday. We used the do's and don'ts of thesis statement poster that is in the writing folder of Schoology to evaluate one another's thesis statements and decide whether it is a thesis statement that is well written or a thesis statement that is needing revision. We did not do revisions today, we just had discussion. After that, everyone went into Schoology, and at the bottom of this week's folder has been added a thesis statement slideshow. That thesis statement slideshow is just a very plain white slideshow that has the notes that you actually put into your notebook this week about what is a thesis statement and what is its job. Students were asked to review slides 1 through 20 that allow you to become familiar with words that I use to describe thesis statements that need revision, such as thesis statements that are too broad, or thesis statements that are too general, thesis statements that are too wordy, thesis statements that are facts, and thesis statements that are written as titles. On slide 21, which is where students began, you are evaluating a thesis statement in two different ways. You are deciding whether or not this is written as an opinion, and you are deciding whether or not it is a well-written thesis statement. Remember that a thesis statement must be an opinion. It must be arguable. In addition to that, a thesis statement should follow the do's and don'ts of a thesis statement. It is assertive, specific, uses strong verbs, makes a statement, and is concise. It should avoid splitting or dividing the subject. It should avoid the strategy being described as part of the thesis statement. It should not be too wordy, and it should not be phrased as a question. When students finish slide 21 to 27, their answers must be indicated on the slideshow, and they took a few minutes and decorate the slideshow, highlight words that they feel are most important, and then submitted it into the Dropbox on Schoology. After that, we moved into doing some brainstorming together. I have documented the brainstorming on slide 10. This is also where you will get an introduction to the writing prompt that we're actually going to be using in the coming week as we tackle our writing assessment for QSE2. Our writing prompt is to write an essay explaining the quality that is most important for overcoming obstacles. The words quality and obstacles are highlighted because I defined those words for you just in case you were not having an absolute clear understanding of what the words mean. We are not writing the essay today. Today was only about brainstorming. And on the bottom part of this slide, as well as on slide 11, which you can review in Schoology, where the daily slides are located, you will see a lot of the qualities that were brainstormed during my classes all day long. On Monday, I need each of you to have chosen the qualities that you are most comfortable discussing, and we will use those as the jumping off part for the next section of our mini lessons and writing here in class. Okay, so please have that ready for Monday. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. and I will see you on Monday.